I happen to be a huge fan of the fantasy genre. Things like mythical creatures and magic has got to be one of my favorite things hands down, which is why I felt inspired to create this video today talking about one of my favorite aspects of world building, and that happens to be creating a magic system. When talking about magic systems, it's important to know the two types of magic systems that exist. Similar to my soft and hard world building video, magic follows these same rules. There exists soft magic, which basically means that the concept of magic is shown but never explicitly explained, and then there exists hard magic, where the concept of magic is shown and then the rules and limitations of the magic are explicitly explained. So first we'll look at soft magic systems. The idea that you have magic involved within your world, but never take the time to explain the smaller, more intricate details, are the ideas that make up a soft magic system. Think if you had a magic system that allowed a character to create fire. Your magic system would consist of this pyromancy magic, but it would never take the time to explain how the characters are able to use this fire in the first place. An example of this could be Doctor Strange in the MCU. In the Doctor Strange movie, they show that magic exists and that it is there, but they never take the time to explain how it works. The next form of magic is a hard magic system. This form of magic system involves making the magic that you create a bigger part of your story, as you would take more time to create the small intricate details that your magic has to abide by. With a hard magic system, rather than having your magic exist with unspoken rules, you would take the time to create things that your magic can specifically do, as well as any limitations you would want to implement. An example that I can think of that best explains what a hard magic system is Avatar: The Last Airbender. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, they take a lot of time ensuring that the watchers know how the magic that they show works, as well as what the magic users themselves can and cannot do. Now that I've briefly explained the difference between a soft magic system and a hard magic system, the next step in our magic developing process is deciding which magic system we're going to select to use. The easiest way I can describe how one would come to the conclusion of using a soft or hard magic system would be to decide how much of an influence you would want your magic system to have on your story. To expand on this idea, you can have a story that involves some kind of use of magic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the magic you show is a crucial part of the story. If your idea is to have your magic exist as this secondary thing that is mostly unimportant to how your world and story operates, then a soft magic system is most likely the better choice for you. However, if your magic system plays a crucial role in your story and has essential aspects within it that further your plot, then a hard magic system is most likely the right choice. With the ideas of a soft and hard magic system in mind, the next step in our magic system developing journey would be deciding what it is your magic can do. This would be deciding things like, is your magic world changing? Does it do stuff like create balls of energy? Essentially deciding what kind of properties your magic has. This would also lead you to feeling out how strong your magic will be. For instance, is your magic strong enough to maybe resurrect people from the dead or destroy entire cities or continents? Or maybe it's a smaller thing, something that gives your characters lesser abilities like clairvoyance or slight telekinesis. These are obviously just random examples. When you're actually creating your magic system, obviously you'd have real thought out things that your magic can do. Once you've established the reach of your magic system, the next thing to think about would be deciding if you want your magic to have drawbacks for using it, and if you decide you do want to have drawbacks, you'd have to decide what these drawbacks are. Some ideas you could start with are what the magic itself draws upon. Do your characters maybe have some sort of pool of mana that they deplete as they cast their spells, or does the magic they cast instead maybe deplete their life force the more that they use it? When fleshing out a solid magic system, it's crucial that the magic you create has some sort of limitation, as magic without limitations can kind of get away from its creator, as it purely existing kind of makes any issue that you create worthless, as any problem can be resolved by the character simply having magic. Now, why is it important to take the time to flesh out your magic system if you're planning on adding one in any sort of media that you're creating? Well, the reason is because recklessly throwing a magic system into a story can create the plot hole of why doesn't your character just resolve their issue with magic? Developing a magic system helps steer the story away from that direction. By giving your magic system rules, or even quietly creating borders for what your characters are able to do, prevents the loss of any conflict within the story and allows you to create a deeply fleshed out world with an in-depth magic system. Well, those are just some of my ideas. I'm in no way a professional when it comes to world building or magic creating, but it is one of my favorite hobbies to do, so I just wanted to share some of my things, my tips and tricks that I've found over the years, and hopefully you guys got something out of it. As always, I appreciate you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.